Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Techno, and today we are back with our second CPC battle. Now, last week we did take a loss to Rob Jr., coach of the Dallas Starmies, but this week we're looking to turn it back, and we're against a very threatening coach. We're against Togovar, aka Kris, aka Arizona Carvanas, aka Portland Timburrs, which is what he is in this league. Now, Kris is a very scary opponent because he is one of the top coaches in the NPL, the National Pokeball League, and he's definitely very threatening, very hard to play. I've seen his team builds before, the way he builds his teams, the way he drafts, and it's all just very intimidating for me to try to deal with. So we're gonna try to pick up a win. This is a divisional match, and we both lost last week. Speaking of, I just want to get into this really quick. I do realize that Ampharos with the Mold Breaker would have been able to break through the Mimikyu's disguise from last week. However, it wasn't in range to the point where that would matter, so it was all fine. But anyways, yeah, we're just looking to turn that around this week. So let's get into the team that he has. So here you can see his team. He has the Starmie, the Charizard X, the Nidoqueen, Tangrowth, Xurkitree, Cobalion, Cresselia, Slurpuff, Diglett, and Excelgor. Each one of these Pokemon is threatening in their own way. Starmie can be a very good spinner, rapid spinner, a very good offensive threat. It can be bulky versus my team. Charizard X, just overall so scary. Just incredibly intimidating for obvious reasons, stuff like Dragon Dance, just its stats, how bulky it is, tough claws. Nidoqueen's very nice Pokemon in this format. Excuse me. Or at least I feel that it is, just because of its versatility, its nice defensive type and offensive type, its coverage. It's just very solid. Very good Pokemon to have. Tangrowth is another very good Pokemon just because of how bulky it is. A nice, very bulky grass type. Very hard for a lot of things to deal with. Xurkitree, a new Pokemon this generation, and Xurkitree is definitely threatening. I believe it has base 173 special attack. If I'm right, yeah, 173 special attack with moves like Thunderbolt, and then hidden power is Dazzling Gleam, each of which being like their own respective, I don't know, annoyance to my team. Very hard for me to deal with. Cobalion is another threat just because of how fast it is and because of how bulky it can be, how offensive it can be. Cresselia is very known as a big bulky monster of a Pokemon. Very hard for me to deal with if I don't play around it right. Slurpuff can potentially be a very good sweeper if it gets a belly drum off with the Burden boost. Diglett, very interesting pick, but it only costed 1 point, and it's a very nice low point trapper, very nice value pick. And we have Excelgor, a very fast Pokemon, good at getting up entry hazards and stuff, and very nice, very hard for me to play. Now, here you can see my team, and I'm actually not going to get too into detail on what I brought because I'm going to have to play him again some other time. So we're just going to I'm just going to highlight over my team really quick, just so you guys can see. So we brought Alakazam, we brought Tapu Bulu, we brought Gliscor, we brought Vaporeon, we brought Crobat, not, yeah, okay, and we brought the Heatran. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into the battle really quick and discuss what happened. I might give away a few items, but there were a lot of things that should have been realized. So here we have the team preview. He brings his Charizard X, his Xurkitree, the Slurpuff, the Cresselia, the Nidoqueen, and the Cobalion, while we are going to be bringing, yeah, like I already said, our Alakazam and stuff. So just right away, looking at this matchup, what we lead with, it's not incredibly important to the whole dynamic of this team. So we're just gonna get right into this. He's gonna lead off with this Nidoqueen, as I'm going to lead off with my Heatran. Now, right off the bat, of course, this Nidoqueen can be bulky, and although my Heatran is offensive, which is revealed later, it's not going to be able to kill it immediately, so that's fine. We're just going to go right into our Vaporeon because it's my designated switch into this thing. And you're going to see the Earth Power does very little. So he gets up his Stealth Rocks. I'm going to put this on normal, as I'm just going to fire off a Scald, get some leftovers recovery back, and we can get rid of those rocks whenever we want with our Crobat. We get a Wish off here, And here, I was kind of afraid of Subcom Mind Cresselia. Not that afraid, but it could have been a thing. So, but I just go for the Toxic, and here reveals to be Reflect. So I'm thinking he's dual screens with something like the Circuitry to maybe get a tail glow off, or just potentially sub up Charizard to get a Dragon Dance up, Swords Dance Cobalion, and maybe Belly Drum Slurpuff. So here, he does go into the Circuitry on my Vaporeon, and we just get a Scald. We do a lot of damage to it, and here I know he's not going to be going for anything other than like a Bullet Switch or a Thunderbolt. So I just go right into my Gliscor, get my Toxic Score. Very nice turn for me. And what's going to happen here is we're just going to be able to double, actually, into our Heatran. I did this predicting I'm pretty sure I predicted the. I'm actually no. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm out of it right now. Basically, the Circuitry could have gone for an HP Ice, and I didn't want that to happen, so I just go into my Heatran because I want to just take any hit the best I can. And he doesn't really have a great switch into this other than the Cresselia. So I'm just gonna actually double here because I don't know if I'll be able to kill it from this range. Well, I do know that I'll be able to kill it from this range, but depending on what he does, um if he goes into the Charizard, then he can potentially start setting up Dragon Dances depending on the move I go for. If he goes into the Slurp, and then he can go into the Slurp up depending on it because, spoilers, I am choice locked. I'm choice scarfed actually. So that can be a pretty big threat to me. So Earth Power is just going to come out here. I have no reason to not go into the Vaporeon. It's just a pretty safe switch in overall. And the Xurkitree is going to come out here. I'm just going to Scald again, and we are not going to get the burn, but we do very significant damage to the Xurkitree. Here I Protect because it puts me out of range of a Volt Switch, and at this point I'm suspecting a Scarf Xurkitree. So this is fine. I can just Wish back up, but he does unfortunately crit me, which kind of sucks, but that kind of like seals the deal for me thinking that it is indeed Scarf Circuitry, because I feel like if it wasn't, then he would have probably predicted my Gliscor to come in there. So he just goes into his Cobalion, and here I'm just going to get rid of the rocks because Cobalion isn't that strong right off the bat, and Crobat can take its hits pretty well. So I just boost back up here, and he is going to get off a Swords Dance. And here now, this is kind of a weird play. Well, not a weird play. It's a good play. I'm going to U-turn here, and I know he's not going to go for a close combat or anything, so I'm just going to go right into my Heatran. We are Scarfed. However, based on the fact that we switched out from the Nidoqueen earlier, he definitely wouldn't suspect me to be a Scarfed Heatran, because if it was, then I should have just killed the Nidoqueen. But we didn't do that, so I just go into my Heatran now, and now we were able to, that bluff worked very well, as we were just going to Fire Blast and be able to kill the Cobalion. He might have thought I was Choppleberry, but even that wouldn't have mattered because it would have gone through it. But yeah, that's going to be a very good turn for us. Now here I have my Gliscor. The main reason I have the Gliscor on the team is to deal with this Charizard as he goes for the Swords Dance. So that can be kind of threatening to me, but he goes for Dragon Claw over like a Flare Blitz or something. So that's good. If he went for Flare Blitz, the recoil would have put him in range of the Crobat attack, or it probably wouldn't have, it might have been able to kill my Charizard, but either way, it would have put it in range of another attack, so that would have been fine. Here, I just go right back into my Heatran because I don't really have a reason not to, and I just go for the Earth Power. I can't really play around with that thing, especially since this Cresselia is pretty passive versus my team. So here, I decided it's just going to be my best play to go right into my Alakazam. And here, I'm just going to start setting up Calm Minds. I think that's definitely in my best interest. The only Scarfer that he should have on his team is going to be the Xurkitree, and that is hitting me on the special side as opposed to the physical side. So we're just going to recover back up because we want to be at the most HP that we can be for reasons. It's because I'm Focus Sash. So Slash Shock is going to come out right there, and we're able to kill the Nidoqueen. And here the Xurkitree comes out. Now I ran a calc, and Volt Switch won't be able to kill me, do enough damage. No, it will. Of course, it won't be able to kill me, but it won't be able to do enough damage to the point where I can't just recover it off and get my Focus Sash back. So he's gonna Thunderbolt here, as I'm just going to go for the recover. Now at one of these turns, I probably should have just clicked Calm Mind again. However, it wasn't worth it for me to risk a crit because at this range, I do the damage I need to his team. Cresselia is not much of a problem. Slurpuff with the special attack that I'm at, I am able to put it out of range of getting a belly drum off and eating the citrus berry. So that is very ideal for me. So I can't get swept by Slurpuff. I can just check it with anything. Thunderbolt is going to keep coming out, and here I'm just praying I don't get a crit. So what I did there was I actually stalled out the Reflect turns. That was kind of a misplay on my part because I forgot that Psyshock doesn't actually go through the doesn't get affected by reflect. But it is what it is. We could have killed this a little bit earlier. Or just gotten a combine off, but yeah, it's fine. So we just Psyshock here, and you guys are gonna see that does a lot of damage to that thing. And he just returns here, and now he can't belly drum, of course, because he's not in range where it will, of course, work. So here I just go into my Crobat, take a little bit of damage from the return, but not too much, and I just Brave Bird. Um, so now I'm dealing with the Charizard and a Cresselia, and it's looking pretty good for me. I U-turn here because it's not worth it for me to stay in. And here my Tapu Bulu can be able to do a lot of damage to this thing. He gets up the Reflect, and because he's on a timer, I'm not that afraid of it. So Mega Horn's going to come out here, and we are just going to Psychic there. Or we're going to get Psychic, I should say. And the Toxic is going to go down there. Now here, he just has his Charizard X, and okay, now, at this point, it basically comes down to if he doesn't kill me, or if he like Swords Dances or Dragon Dances, reveals Dragon Dance last minute, it's gonna come down to if I hit a Stone Edge right here. Because if I don't, then I'm in a very bad. I basically just lose the game because nothing on the rest of this team can take a hit if he does have the Earthquake or something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sit here and pray as Stone Edge. I knew I could live a Flame Charge from that range because of my HP investment, which I'm not going to get into right now. But yeah, it was definitely guaranteed to live a Flame Charge, and I kind of suspected Flame Charge because I saw the Swords Dance. So I might have been able to go into Heatran or something, but either way, it was fine. I didn't want him Dragon Dancing up, like I said. And here it comes down to if I hit the Stone Edge or if I miss the Stone Edge. If I miss the Stone Edge, that'll be very unfortunate. But we're going to see. And I am going to connect the Stone Edge, and Tapu Bulu is going to be able to win the game for us. So, very solid game against Togovar, which puts us at the top of our division still. Even after last week, we're still at the top of our division, which was pretty funny to me. But yeah, we maintain that spot in our division, and we're looking good. Next week we play the Portland. Next week we play the Portland Trailblazers and their coach Muse the Best. Battle I'm looking forward to. Really hope that we can win that one too. Without further ado, I'm just going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.